Hi everybody, how are you doing? Let's see if this is getting set up properly here. Okay. Very cool. So I'm just going to take a few minutes here, let people get situated, find their way into the live session. This is again the first live session that I'll be doing. Hopefully it'll be every Saturday. I'll make an announcement each week when they're happening. And okay, so this is the Effortless Qigong Studio. Welcome. And you should be able to message in the chat if you'd like to say hello and engage. That really helps to bring the lives to life. Just drinking a little bit of green tea here this morning. And I'm just going to just review real quick my schedule. Hello everybody, welcome. We're just gonna let people come in. Feel free to say hello and let's see how things going. All right, good morning. I'm glad you were all here. Okay, let's go. All right, there's the routine. All right, welcome everyone this morning. So, this is the very first live that we're doing, and the plan is to do one every Saturday at this time. So if this time works for you, let me know. And feel free to pop into the chat and say hello to everybody else. We're going to get started here in a couple of minutes. I just want to give people a chance, that way they can follow along with the whole 30-minute session that we're going to do. And good morning, Matt. How are you doing? Very cool. All right. And can everyone hear me all right? I did a test this morning. I could hear myself. It's not perfect audio, but it's clear enough for me. Perfect. I think we'll give it one more minute and then we're going to get started with our 30-minute session. So just make sure you have your space set up. Maybe you have some water nearby. I always like to have a little bit of like my steel bottle here with some water. We're going to get started here. So let's begin today's session by finding ourselves on our mats, our feet hip width apart. And let me know again if you guys can't hear me, and I'll try to speak louder. Okay, so we've got our feet hip width apart. Start to relax our bodies. Your spine floating up toward the sky. Slight tuck of the tailbone. Just pulling it forward a little bit just to bring some pressure off the lower back. And let's cross our hands across our lower belly. And just bringing some gentle breathing into the body. So inhale through the nose. And exhale. Letting the belly relax, and breathing into the belly. Just finding yourself here now. Feel your feet rooted into the ground. And everything is relaxed. As you're standing, your legs are doing what is called active relaxation. And let's exhale, arms down. And let's go into some gentle knocking on the door of life to begin to wake up our body's energy. Knocking on the door of life, it's a go-to move, especially early on in our practice. It helps to wake up our body's energy. It also is good for enlivening the spine, massaging the internal organs. It's a bit of active acupressure. And as we continue to warm up a little bit through these movements, let's take some wider twists. So now starting to look over that shoulder a little more. Making sure you're turning from your center and that your arms and your shoulders, everything are relatively relaxed. It should be effortless. Turning from your center. And just to show you the back, that back arm is just coming across the lower back. And now we're going to tap up. So you're continuing that movement, but you're tapping just below the collarbone. These lung points here. And now you're going to cup your hand and you're going to cup over and just tapping on the shoulder. So that same back arm stays the same. The front arm is tapping up over the shoulder along the trapezius. And just coming back down to below the collarbone. And back down, across the belly, lower back. And we're going to slow it down. And we're going to go into water waves. So here we're moving very gently, almost like we're moving our hands across the surface of the water. And as you're moving, you're relaxing more and more through the arms and the shoulders. And you can begin to feel that current of energy that we just activated start to gently move through those meridian pathways. Now we're going to go into spinal cord breathing. So inhale, arms up. And exhale down, making sure that this movement is bending from the spine. This is a great movement for deep inhalation and exhaling, helping us to enliven the spine and massage the internal organs, keeping your arms and your hands nice and relaxed. Inhale, arms up. And exhale. This is a great movement to do at any time throughout the day, especially if we're working all day at an office or we've been out doing chores and errands all day. It's really great to bring some of that enlivenment and mobility to our spine, our shoulders, to open up the rib cage. Sometimes if we've had a stressful day, we tend to lose connection to our breathing. And when we lose connection to our breathing, we tend to constrict our rib cage a bit, which can keep us stuck in stress. So, inhale. And from the side, just showing you that it's really coming from the spine. The lower body stays in. Hold it 2 more. Exhale down. And inhale up. And exhale down to the side. All right. Just feeling into your body, feeling some of that space that we've created, some of that energy that's now flowing. And we're going to continue to wake up our body's energy a little bit more here. So let's start to tap. Actually, first let's rub our hands. Let's create some warmth in the hands. That's going to help us to wake up our heart energy a little more. So just rubbing the hands together, the palms of the hands. And just bring your hands to your chest and let's just do some gentle massaging here of the sternum. And we'll go into some gentle tapping across the sternum. So tapping up and down, breathing. Starting to activate that heart energy. And I invite you here as well, so we can maybe let go of some stress or anxiety while we're activating at the same time, because we don't want to activate stressful energy, we want to purge it. So we're going to do some breathing, so inhale, and sigh. Inhale. We'll do one more time. Inhale. Now coming down the inside of the arm. Tapping down, over to the wrist. Flip up the back side of the arm. And one more time. And coming across, down the other arm. And one more, coming down the arm. And if you're just joining us, feel free to start where we are. You can probably start at any point in this exercise and still feel benefit. I may have just done an extra one, that's all right, a little extra. And then just come down, tapping down the side of the body. Other side. And then I'm just tapping over our back here. Making sure everything's very gentle, right? We're just trying to activate a bit of the energy. we'll just do our lower back. So tapping up and down here. And then we'll come down the outside of the legs. And up the inside of the legs. And one more time. And then knocking just below the belly button. And we'll just do a little circle here. So just tapping around, don't worry about which direction at this point in time. Just focusing on just activating. And then you can rub your belly. How are we feeling? Okay, so now that we've activated, we're gonna just start to free up some of the energy that's activated so we can go into our stretching and our flows with a bit more of the energy moving through our bodies. So let's start by shaking our hands, gently pumping the legs. Shaking is a great move. It's also a fun one, so it helps to make us a little more joyful throughout our practice. It's great because it loosens up everything, like if you're loosening and relaxing through the body while you shake. Frees up energy, loosens up stuff. It feels really good too when you're done. You can do an entire 5-10-minute routine really focused around shaking, and that can be really beneficial, especially if you have a short amount of time and you have a busy day. Stressful day too. And then let's just shake out our legs. And shake out the other leg. So you can put your hands on your hips or your hands like this in an upside down prayer position. And we're going to do our neck rotations. So this is great for loosening up tension through our neck and shoulders, which is really common at this time that we build up a lot of stress here. It's where we tend to hold a lot of stress in our bodies. And so by doing these neck rotations, we can free up that to then begin to harmonize our body and to feel more relaxed, energized, and centered. So here we go. So exhale the head down, making sure everything you do here is very slow. And you might want to watch me first if you haven't done these movements before. So exhale the head down. There should be no pain. Inhale, head to the side. Don't bring the head too far back as you bring it across the shoulders. And exhale down. So inhaling. And exhale. Keeping everything relaxed, knees slightly bent, feet on the floor. Making sure you're breathing. Inhale. And exhale. And we'll do one more, so coming around. Exhale down. And head down and center, we're going to change direction. So inhale as you come up. And around. And exhale. Lost count, but that's okay. We're always improving our practice and we're always learning. Okay, we'll do one more. So coming around. And when you get back up top, center, inhale, shake the arms loose. And just take a couple full deep breaths here. If you're just joining in, feel free to follow along. You're free to join in at any time during our live sessions. Okay. Now, let's continue to do some stretching through the neck and shoulders and the arms. Let's extend our arms up to the side. And exhale your head to one side. And just feel that lengthen through that opposite arm, through that line of tension that you can feel as you do this posture. And just breathe here. Inhale the head up to center. And exhale to the other side and feel the opposite arm now. Lengthening through the fingers. Feeling that stretch down to the neck, through the shoulders, down to the arm. Inhale that up. And we'll do it one more time each side. Inhale up. Exhale the other side. And inhale, head back to center. Exhale, arms down. Again, just shake loose. I'm getting a lot of good here. All right, let's take our feet a little wider than hip width apart. Come down with your hands on your knees. Inhale. And exhale, comfortably look over that opposite shoulder. You know, like you're wringing out the spine as you look over that shoulder. Make sure you have your balance, make sure you're centered. And just take a few breaths on that side and let the breath open up and stretch through the body. And inhale, back to center. And exhale, look over that opposite shoulder, and then take 3 breaths on that side as well. So coming over here, and breathing into that stretch. And inhale back to center. And now we're going to fold forward. And just relax. Relax in that fold forward. Let gravity pull you down. Make sure you feel comfortable, like you have your balance and everything like that. When you feel ready, come up comfortably. And let's inhale, arms up. And exhale, float down. We'll do this 3 times. Inhale, arms relax, float up. Fullest breath of the day. And exhale. And let's continue working on our spine here. So coming to one side, you're gonna imagine like you're moving underwater. And so the hips come first as you whip, slowly wave the spine one way and then the other way. This is great for balance, it works the core, it helps move that spine and that side to side motion. And as you come across this time, what we're going to do when we get to our other side is we're going to put our arm on that knee. And we're just going to stretch over and look about that palm. And when you're ready, you can bring that arm down. And then we'll go across a few more times. And then we'll do the other side. Where this is a new movement, I won't push you guys too hard today. So we'll come across, find that posture, look up at that palm, take a few breaths on this side. Bring that arm down. Our way up. And just do some dog wags the tail, standing up tall. All right. Claws. Inhale, arms float up. And exhale, bending down. This movement's called the tiger. So you inhale, pulling up positive energy. And exhale, sending negative energy to the ground. Going as low as you feel comfortable. Inhale. Fully up. And exhale. It's a good leg workout. It's a good full deep breathing exercise. And exhale. Letting go of stress and tension. We'll do it 2 more times. So inhale. And exhale. One more. And exhale down. As you inhale up, let's cross, make some claws. Connect to like any stress, anxiety, frustration that you have, and just growl. We'll do one more time. Let's do pulling down the sky here. So inhale. exhale down. We're going to do pulling down the sky for a few more pulls here. As you're doing it, feeling your feet on the ground. Everything is relaxed, so it's like your arms float up with the breath effortlessly. And as you exhale through the nose, like a gentle cloud floating down. Inhale, arms float up. Exhale, arms float down. We'll do it 2 more times here. Inhale, arms float up. Taking a full breath here. And exhale. So these are flowing movements. They aren't stretches. The intention of a flow is to move that life force energy through the body. The movement in the physical arms are like the banks of a river. And the reason we do it so relaxed and slow is it allows the energy to move through the banks. If we're tense, the chi won't move. If we're nice and relaxed, you can really feel that flowing energy. Because we've done our activation early on, we've done some stretching, we've done breathing. So now it's time for us to flow that energy that we've cultivated. All right. Let's bring your arms down in front of your belly. And we're going to focus on that. Checking this, how we're doing for time. Okay, we're going to focus on what is called active relaxation. So, standing tall, arms down. Your spine is relaxed, but it's floating up toward the sky. The top of the skull is floating up, the spine is relaxed, and your arms are droopy, the droopy elbows. And even though you're holding them in front of you, they're relaxed. So we'll take 3 breaths here. Active relaxation. We're holding a structure, but we're relaxed at the same time. Oftentimes, as we walk around and do things, we use too much tension. So bringing the arms up, just keeping it nice, soft, and relaxed. Again, you have that droopy elbows. And relax through your thumb. And relax through your pointer finger. Scan through each of your fingers and relax them a little more. Keep on breathing here. Relax the wrist. Relax the elbows. And I'm relaxing my neck and shoulders. It's an area I'm working on. And exhale down. Now you might feel warm, some energy there. And what's next? All right. So we're going to do pulling down the sky again, but with a variation that I think, if you've been following me for a while, it might be interesting. I don't think I've done it too much. So we're going to inhale, arms up to about here. You're going to exhale, twist to one side. Inhale, arms up. Turning to center, and then exhaling down. Other side, inhale up. Inhale, arms up. Coming to center, and exhale, arms down. This is called pulling down the sky in the 6 directions. We'll do it one more time each side. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale. And coming back to center. Exhale. All right, other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, arms up. Holding breath to center. And exhale down. Okay. Let's bring our feet together, closer together. Bring one hand just below the belly button. Inhale, arm up to the side. And centering down the middle. Just centering our practice here. As this hand comes down, place it below the belly button. Other arm comes up to the side. And centering down. And we'll do one more time on each side. Inhale. And exhaling down. Other side. Exhale. As this hand comes down, just bringing both hands to the side of your belly and tapping into that kinesthetic sensation. Just inhale, hands come apart. Exhale, hands come together. Just feeling that electrical, magnetic sensation that you might notice between the hands and the belly, the lower dantian. And then we'll just cross our hands together. Relax face, neck, and shoulders. Relax the belly and just breathe into your hands. Visualize a bright white light in under the hands and the belly. And relaxing, letting that practice seep in to the body here. All right. Very good. Okay. Thank you so much for joining this EQ live session this Saturday. My plan is to do one next Saturday as well, and for the foreseeable future, each week I'll make a post talking about these upcoming sessions. So take 2 or 3 minutes, get some water, do your thing, and then we're going to begin the Q&A session for the next little bit to finish up the hour. So my plan with this is my first Q&A. We'll take whatever questions come, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. And I might be collecting questions as well to answer at a future time. So I'd love to know how you found the practice, what you liked, maybe questions about certain techniques, maybe where Qigong comes from, questions about how you can schedule Qigong throughout your day and your week. Whatever questions you have, feel free to ask, and I'll do my best here. If you have no question, that's cool. We can also just hang out and chat as a community. So. think one of the beautiful things I think about, I'm just gonna talk maybe while you guys are here. So right now we're in our Q&A session, and this is the first Q&A we're doing, and I'm sort of just testing out how things go. Yes. So that's true. Currently my lives are only available to YouTube subscribers and 25 non-subscribers because the channel is still pretty small. YouTube slowly gives you more access the more you build credibility, and so we're in that early process of doing that. Our Frugal Living asks, is there a certain time frame when you should or shouldn't eat before or after Qigong? I think what you'll notice is that it depends on the teacher that you ask. I think ideally you don't eat, if you eat like a heavier meal, give yourself an hour and a half before your practice, or else you're gonna notice it while you're moving. Your belly's gonna be full, and it's going to change the feeling of the practice, and it might not feel as comfortable as well. However, if you eat like a light meal, like some tea or fruit, something that's more easily digested, you could probably have a very light snack and then practice half an hour afterward. And I also recommend that you figure out what kind of works for you. So, and then after Qigong, I personally have, once I've done my Qigong practice, I don't worry too much. You might want to give yourself like that half an hour after your practice to really let the work settle in before you eat. But mostly you're just trying to make sure that you're not deep into that digestion process, full of food while you're practicing, because it's going to be uncomfortable and it's going to take away a bit from your practice. So, yeah. I think one of the things for me, I'm going to keep talking. Again, this is a Q&A. If you have any questions about any techniques, about me, about the channel, about Qigong in general, feel free to ask. What I find, and also I really appreciate your questions as well. Every question that you folks ask, I'll probably end up making a short about it. That way, other people can have their questions answered as well. So by you folks asking questions, we help to grow the resources for this community as well, because I'm sure a lot of your questions other people also have, and one of the things that can be challenging to do as a teacher is to know what your audience is wanting to know more about and what they want to learn more about. And so I think that's one of the beautiful things about the age we live in with technology, is that we're able to share these really amazing ancient practices now with a lot of people, and we can get our questions answered pretty quickly. What was I saying before? I don't remember. But yeah. For me, Qigong is so. Matt Stewart asks, do you have a Patreon, or is there a mailing address or other way we can support the channel? That's a good question, and that's something that a lot of my time is going into looking into and trying to figure out what I feel is best for the channel. I think if people are going to be supporting the channel, that they really should be getting extra value for that. And so I'm currently looking into ways that people can support the channel, and I'll be releasing updates about that into the future. So thank you for asking, and stay posted for that. One of the things I'm thinking about doing, actually I'll just maybe bounce this off you while you folks are here, is I think a lot of people, I've received a few comments that people, when they're watching videos on YouTube, the ads pop up. And so I'm thinking about making a very cheap, easy, affordable, private section on my website that I'm working on right now, that we can watch all these videos plus premium videos that are longer. I want to have half-hour sessions, 1-hour sessions that we can go really deep into the practice. And I'm thinking about putting the videos that are here plus those longer exclusive premium videos behind a very cheap subscription or membership service that we can watch all the videos ad-free. That's kind of one of the things I'm thinking about. Okay. And that is a really good oh yeah, and suggestions are good too during the session as well. So one suggestion I have is to remind us to breathe during certain exercises like spinal cord breathing. That's really good feedback. So I think we'll be working on that for sure. Yeah. And what I like about Qigong so much, especially in the age that we're in, is that you can you can do shorter routines, longer routines, and there's videos like on my channel, especially when I get the membership set up. You'll have all these different routines that address all these different aspects of your being, right? Like if you're a really busy, stressful day, you can do a Qigong that's for anxiety. If you're looking to work on organ health, there's Qigong for certain organ health. There's Qigong for neck and shoulders. There's Qigong for mobility. There's deeper energetic styles of Qigong as well, like microcosmic orbit, the 3 treasures, 5 elements Qigong, and it's really an amazing thing. I think, as far as I know, there's thousands of types of Qigong. There's probably hundreds of thousands of movements. And so you can really customize this to work for you as well, right? You can do Qigong that's more relaxed and very easy and very effortless. And then there's other styles of Qigong that might be a little more strenuous, right? There's the Shaolin style of Qigong. It's very flowing and movement oriented. It's almost closer to Tai Chi in a way, in some ways, like, and then there's so it's really an amazing thing, and I'm really happy I was able to discover it, because throughout my early 20s I really struggled a lot with anxiety, and as a kid I was diagnosed with ADHD, so I've always kind of, maybe a little more than other people, struggled a bit with things like emotional regulation and these types of things. And so that's why I began to study things like journaling and self-help books, meditation, and all that eventually. And I was very athletic as a kid as well. I used to be a runner, I did triathlon, I did competitive swimming, competitive cycling, I did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So I've always been using my body, and I was very competitive, and I was very good at a lot of these sports. And as I started to age, I started to realize I needed to find some way of really de-stressing and promoting longevity and health. And I happened to stumble upon Qigong, and it has changed my life forever. And so I'm very humble, and I'm very appreciative to be able to share this with people online. And it brings a lot of joy to my life to see the comments, to see people enjoying the practice, and to be sharing something that really helped me to help others as well. My understanding of the difference between Qigong and Tai Chi is that Qigong is much older. I don't know as much about Tai Chi, so I'll speak about it very broadly, but my understanding is that Qigong has about 4,000 years of recorded history, and they believe that it goes back even further to ancient Chinese shamanistic practices, and that Tai Chi is something that developed from that culture. Some people say Tai Chi is its own thing and Qigong is its own thing. My teacher says that Qigong is an umbrella term, and under the umbrella of Qigong you have different types of Qigong, like martial Qigong, spiritual Qigong, health Qigong, and that you could place Tai Chi under the martial arts branch of Qigong. So hopefully that answers some of your questions, and I'll be doing a short on that to give more concrete, well thought out response in the future. I'm really excited that folks are here today. This is really a really special moment for me. Matt says, I'm doing Qigong every morning and evening for several months now. Makes a huge difference, physically, mentally. As you and others instructors have said, consistency is key. I think that's true. Consistency is key. Like, I think especially for me, from my personal experience, consistency is key. Definitely, if you want to, if you're doing consistency is key for sure. Making sure this is a staple and a foundational habit as part of your lifestyle system is going to really bring that benefits in. Like, I think when you first do a Qigong practice, it might be relaxing and you notice that difference. But when you do it every day or every 3 or 4 times a week, whatever you can fit and works for you, you're going to see these incremental, accumulative benefit over time for sure. For example, one way of looking at it is if you're always stressed, because we live in a stressful environment, most of us to some degree, and so when you're always stressed and you have the stress happening, it gets kind of baked into our system, into our minds, our energy, our spirit. And so when we can do this Qigong on a regular basis, it's constantly getting us out of that stress into more, going from sympathetic stress response to our parasympathetic, our rest and recovery mode. The more often we can shift consciously through doing these practices, it begins to rewire our minds and our bodies, which means that now you can actually deal with stress more skillfully, with more capacity, more bandwidth than before, because you've trained your body over time by doing this on a regular basis how to get into relaxed mode. And also what's great as well is that the more often you shift and you begin to see that shift from stress to relaxation, you develop an awareness to know when you're stressed. One of the problems is when we're stressed on a regular basis is that we're not able to see it, or if we have aches and pains in our back and shoulder, we might not even know it's there because it's been there for so long. And so we get the benefit from the practice, we gain more skillfulness in our daily living, and then we also develop more mind-body awareness, which is really important, I think. Arnar Frugal Living asks, have you practiced much yoga? I have. When I was 12 and 13, for example, I lived in a small town, and we had a local yoga teacher. And so I grew up doing Ashtanga yoga, which is a really intense physical postural yoga. And I would go there quite often, multiple times a week, because she let me come for free to her classes. And I did, yin yoga, I did Ashtanga, I did all these various different types growing up. And then here in my city, Halifax, I like to go to the yoga studios, and I've done a bit of Kundalini yoga as well, and a little bit of Kriya yoga. but I've taken to Qigong much more intensely than I have Kriya and Kundalini or Hatha Yoga, these various different types of yoga. But I think there's benefit to all of them. And part of my plan as I continue to mature and age as a Qigong teacher is to expand as well, and really develop a deeper experiential understanding of these different mind-body practices, for sure. And I'm glad that you folks are enjoying the routines. So we got about 3 more minutes here. Feel free to ask any questions. I'll do my best to answer, but I just want to make some closing statements here. My goal here with Effortless Qigong is to provide some of the easiest to follow, easiest to learn, and enjoyable Qigong routines and resources so you can gain the benefit from this amazing practice. The benefits include, less stress, more energy, health and longevity, inner peace and tranquility, and the joy that comes from learning and mastering something new, and it becomes a part of your life. And my other goal is to encourage you and to inspire you, to motivate you to make this a part of your practice. Because it can be challenging sometimes, even when we know something's good for us, to do it on a regular basis. And so as I continue to evolve and grow as a teacher, you'll see me doing that a lot more. So it's pretty exciting. And our Frugal Living says I do yoga after one of your Qigong videos most mornings, and it feels so good. I think that's really, really, really cool. And I think that that's a great thing to do, because there's things that Qigong does that yoga doesn't do, and there's things yoga do that Qigong doesn't do. And so when we have them both as part of our life, it's a beautiful thing, and I think it can bring a lot of benefits into our lives. One of the things that I plan on doing in the future is some more like breath work. I'm looking at some certifications as a breath work instructor, because I think that would be really beneficial as well. And there will in the future also be more meditation, like guided meditations and these type of things, because you kind of want to find that balance in yin and yang, right? The movement practices, these physical ones are good because they help with our yang, like our body, right? But then we also want to do meditation and sort of things like the inner smile or meditation, because they both complement each other. And so that's exciting. And thank you very much. And Frugal says, looking forward to spending Saturday mornings with you going forward. Very excited for the breath work. And I'm very excited to spend my mornings with you as well. So thank you so much, everyone who came to this morning's first Effortless Qigong Live, also called EQ Live. And I hope you have a great week. My next step for this morning is to film this week's Qigong session. It's going to be here in the studio because I want to make more use of that, especially when it's cold winter. It's not always the most fun to go out and do these in the cold. And I think it looks pretty great this morning. So we're going to film this week's routine here. Have a great week. Keep it effortless. And I will see you next Saturday. Peace.